job across the board, you know, especially the freshmen coming in and you know, not knowing how they're going to handle some of the things. I think we're looking at a completely different game tomorrow to start the season in Lamar. You know, with LSU Shreveport, we saw a packed end zone, no pressure on the ball, and we're looking at a team that's all they do. At Lamar, they're going to come out and press you 94 foot on makes and misses, and so we've been really working on that and trying to get them accustomed to the pressure. So we'll see. It'll be a great test for us to be able to see how we can handle the pressure. And then the exciting thing, on Sunday we go back to what I consider where I started my college career at McNeese State. And we hoping to open up their new arena. I'm not sure where they are with it. Hopefully we don't have to go to Burton and play, but we were asked to open up their facility on the 11th, and hopefully that gets done. But I'm excited to go play against one of my ex-players in Casey Cryer. But season's here, and we're ready to roll. Any questions?
Coach Brodhead, what's different about this year's team?
I think just the work ethic. You know, I think they're a team that they want to overachieve. They want to do the things that need to be done to be champions. You know, so to me, out of the last 6 years, this has been the team that doesn't mind to do extra. You know, we always talk about how we need to do more and to contribute more. They're not the team to ask what I need to do, is what I need to do more. And I like that about them. You know, it's just young, exciting, athletic, can shoot the ball better than any other team we had. So there's a lot of positives, but there's going to be a lot of learning curves. You know, I always say, you know, you fail, but when you fail forward, and that's one of the things that we're using right now. We may fail a little bit along the pre-conference season, but as long as we're failing forward and we're learning from some of the losses and some of the things that we do wrong, I think we'll be fine.
Your biggest worry about having such a young ball club? Your biggest worry about having such a young ball club?
Yeah, just the inexperience. You know, I noticed over the years, 11 years that I've been in the college level, it's experience makes a big difference. You know, being comfortable in the game, or actually it's learning how to be uncomfortable in the game is a big thing about experience. You know, most young kids without experience, they start to feel uncomfortable. They start to do things too fast, and I think that's what happens. So without the experience, you know, that's why we playing now. You know, I don't know if we were the smartest thing to get as much competition as we had this early, but you know, it's part of it. You know, I think if we want to build a championship, you're going to have some struggles. You know, they talk about struggles and success and, you know, fortune and misfortune. I really think struggles build your success, and, you know, the misfortunes along the way. You know, it's not always the good and the easy things. So that's what we're doing with our team, is trying to develop that.
Who's one of the leaders for your team this year that's stepping out in this?
Yeah, I think myself and my coaches. You know, I'm gonna put it on us. You know, leadership is like. It's funny you say that. I speak tomorrow to the St. Martin Parish coaches and administrators, and that's what they want me to talk about, is how to coach young kids and leadership. And so I've been listening to Tony a lot. I know his Making of a Man and all that. And leadership is not, it just doesn't show up, man. It's a process. And one of the things that I'm learning is everything that can be measured is really easy. You know, I can measure how much money I have in the bank. I can measure how many wins I have. But how do you measure leadership? Tell me that. You know, that's kind of like it's kind of like who's looking at it, you know. And so those things that aren't really measured and have a definite measurement system, it's a little bit more difficult. So, you know, like right now, it's not time to put it on our players. I think it's all on the coaching staff as far as for leadership. And I think it'll develop, and I think leadership takes a while. You know, it's just like trust. I think trust takes a while. So we're going to take our time with it, but I think I'm going to have some great leaders. You know, I think in Skylar Goodwin eventually, and, you know, Ty Doucette are the ones that are coming back that are playing the most. And, you know, with Kimberly Burton and Jasmine Thomas, they're just natural leaders too. And the problem is they're not on the court, so it's hard to lead when you're on the sideline. So that'll take some time.
Is part of that approach too because you don't have any seniors?
Yeah, I think so too. You know, usually when you have seniors, especially if they're with you for 4 years, they know what the system is, they know what to expect from you, and so they're able to get behind closed doors, you know. And I think we're blessed, you know. I know Dr. Maggard did a great thing for us by letting us hire Brooklyn Arsenal as our director of player development. And that's kind of her role. If you'll notice in the game how much she's going to be connected with kids on the bench and how their body language and all that. I think those things are important. So Brooklyn's going to be a great leader for her because she was as a player. So we're utilizing her a little bit. But without any seniors, it's a little different. But again, you know, you're developing, and you'll have this same team with maybe 2 or 3 more kids next year to build on.
Coach, what has changed for you from last year to this year, coaching-wise? Have you changed anything? Have you learned anything from last year to you take into this year?
Yeah, I'm always learning. You know, one of the things was, you know, we do that one word association of my word was sacrifice, and I sacrificed some of the things as a coach last year that probably didn't work out as well as I thought it would. And so I learned some of those things that you got to be more connected to our team. You know, I know I was, you know, we do so many things in the aspect of our job, and I think the most important part of my job is to be connected to our kids, and that's one of the things that I did this year. And the other thing would be, you know, I'm so defensive minded. I coach like a football coach, and we do offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And I've kind of switched over to the offensive side. I've been doing the defense for so long and did it at McNeese and did it in high school. And so I've kind of let Coach Deacon Jones and Coach Amber Gregg handle the defense, and me and Coach Val Weezer are handling the offense. So it's kind of new for me, you know. You notice we scored 90 the first game, so I guess it might be working a little bit. The only problem is they scored 57, so we got some work. But, you know, some little changes and excitement. And our kids, you know, sometimes they need to hear a different voice, you know, and I think that's what's kind of happening right now is we have a different voice, even though they're young. So there's a lot of excitement in everybody. And so, you know, we'll see where we end up.
What are you trying to implement differently offensively this year from last year? What did you kind of tweak or change?
You know what we're doing? We're doing a lot of 4-out, you know, and it's kind of like some dribble drive stuff. And what I like about it is, and it's not my system, this is not my system. What I like about it, I've always had trouble with relocating guards without the ball, getting them to move without the ball. Well, this system is pretty much dedicated, or it's pretty direct. In other words, if I get to the red zone, if I get to the left block, I know that I got to be exactly on the lane line, or if it gets to the corner, I know exactly as a guard where I want to be. So it works both ways. If I have the ball, I know where you're going to be, and then I also know that I need to move. And, man, I've never coached in that system before. I've always tried to work through drills and all that, but this system is really, really good as far dictating where you're supposed to be depending on where the ball is. And Coach Weezer coached in it, and she's been doing it for a while, and, man, I like it a lot. You know, and in the 4-out, it opens up bigger gaps than the 5-out. I ran a lot of 5-out stuff, and so it's completely different, but it's a good different. It really is.